Hello, this is a 20 to 30 minute video on breathing exercises for your e-course on meditation for helping with anxiety. So, to get started, um, you would want to make sure that you have a comfortable place to sit on where you won't be disturbed during the course of the practice. So make sure that you turn your cell phone off and maybe keep a glass of water next to you because pranayama or breathing meditation can make you a little thirsty. Ideally, you want to practice in the morning, once in the morning and once at night for the duration of your course, and afterwards as you continue on your journey of meditation. The first thing that I'd like to go over in detail is how to sit for your practice of pranayama. And this sitting technique is something that you can take into your practice of meditation as well. So, if you notice, I'm sitting on the floor, but you can actually sit on a chair. So, I've got a chair here next to me where you can actually see that the chair is quite comfortable. It's quite straight. So I'm just going to turn this video a little bit so you can see that it has a straight back. So your back is comfortable. It's a dining chair basically. So you can use any kind of chair which has a straight back. When you sit down, just make sure that your feet touch the ground, and if they don't, then put a cushion underneath or stack a few books, directories or something like that, or yoga blocks under your feet so you are not sort of just hanging your feet in the air. Now, if you decide to sit cross-legged and that is something comfortable for you, then what I would advise is to perhaps get a cushion, a firm cushion. You can get special meditation cushions out there. I'm just using a really simple basic cushion to demonstrate. You can even take a household like a regular cushion as well if you don't have a firm cushion. You can use yoga blocks or phone directories like thick books. And the reason you want to do that is to make sure that your spine, your lower back is fully supported as you learn to breathe. And we want to make sure that during your meditation, you're not sort of, curving your back or falling forward or sideways. And this is important because we'll be working with your brain and your body's electromagnetic current, and that moves through your spine. So it's important that you sit in an appropriate fashion, which isn't uncomfortable. We don't want you to be uncomfortable. We want you to be comfortable. So I'm going to demonstrate how I'm seated, and I'm just going to turn the camera a little bit so you can see how I'm seated. So this is me. I'm sitting in a triangle pose, Sukhasana as it's called in yoga. And we're basically, I'm making sure that I'm not pressing my ankle by putting the weight of my leg on it. So I'm really comfortable. It's fairly open, and you can see that my knees are quite close to the ground. But if that doesn't happen for you, which is quite likely, a lot of us, the knees don't reach the ground, then that's why I advise putting a small cushion, a fairly firm one, underneath your tailbone, and just making sure that you're comfy on it. And then the next part is to make sure you lift your arm bones up and over to the back, and just check that you're lining up. Your torso is lining up with the hips. So you're comfortable, raised up, straight, your body is straight, and you are not leaning over to either one side. And throughout this practice, if you find that your legs get numb or uncomfortable, then you want to make sure that you shake them out. So you can do that, just shake them out and put them back into place. And if you find that sitting on the floor isn't your thing, then go ahead and sit on the chair. It won't make any difference to the quality of your meditation at all. So let's get started. My first breathing exercise is just getting in touch with your breath. So, this is a very simple breathing exercise where we follow the three levels of the breath. The first level is the level that goes right down to the bottom of your lungs. The next level is in your center, expanding your lungs. And then the third level is just around your shoulders. So, if you can imagine your lungs as basically like two balloons, and just you hold that visualization in your head, it just gets easier to sort of manage learning this way of breathing. So, bringing your hands down onto your knees, let's begin. Close your eyes really gently and softly, and begin to breathe. Inhale, inhale deep to the bottom of the lungs, to the bottom of the balloon, if you're visualizing a balloon. And just imagine expanding that balloon over front, back, and sides. And as you do that, exhale, begin to exhale. In your exhale, we want you to make it as consistent as your inhale and sort of matching up the strength of the inhale and the exhale. So inhale is fairly strong and rapid, exhale is slow and consistent. So we want to match that up as we continue. So the inhale also becomes slow and consistent, and the exhale will be slow and consistent. But that will happen as you breathe. Most of us don't, take in enough breath during anyway. We're not used to that. So it'll happen gradually as you continue. I'd like you to try this breath for about 6 or 7 times with me. So let's get started. Inhale. Inhaling into the bottom of the lungs and back, and exhale. Inhale again. Expanding out into the shoulders, up into the shoulders, and exhale. Relax the shoulders down as you exhale. Inhale. Expanding into the chest and sides, and exhale. Relax the shoulders down. Inhale. Expanding to all sides of your body, and exhale. One more time. Expanding way up and maybe holding it for a second if that's comfortable for you after you inhale, and then start to exhale. And now bringing both hands up, turn them over, place them on your shins. If you're on the chair, you're going to place them just beneath your knees. And if you're on the floor, just place the hands on the shin and inhale, rolling your head up, curving the spine back. Inhale up, exhale, round spine, belly in, exhale all the way out. Inhale one more time, inhale all the way up, and exhale, round spine, inhale, looking up, exhale. Take a moment to just stay curved in your C curve. So inhaling up and then really rolling and pulling your belly inwards as you curve. And this is important to sort of loosen up the spinal muscles. The next part of this opening that we need to do, inhale, raising the right arm up, exhale, twisting from the belly. So using your core muscles to help you move over to the side, exhale all the way out. Inhale, raise the arm up and turning over, exhale, all the way out over the shoulder. You may feel tightness and expansion through your side body, and we want to kind of That's why we want to do this, so that your muscles and your rib cage are fairly open. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, left arm comes up, and you can place the opposite arm behind you. Exhale all the way out. And you can breathe in this place. One breath. Exhale back into the center. Inhale, straightening your spine up. Engage the core so you're lifted up through the heart and your spine is elevated. And inhale, raise the right arm. Exhale. Inhale, back to center. Take a moment to just be. And again, notice the quality of your breath. Inhale with your eyes gently closed. Just start to notice how you're breathing. Where is it that your body is holding some kind of tension, some kind of stress? And this is about noticing it rather than fixing it or changing anything about it. So we're going in with a really gentle, soft intention. And as you breathe in and out, take a moment to just notice how wonderful it is to breathe. What a beautiful gift. On your next inhale, raise the right arm up, place the opposite hand next to you, and gently exhale the side body over to the side. Inhale and exhale. And repeat on the other side. Inhale, raise the left arm all the way up. And when you raise the arm, the temptation is to kind of really scrunch it up like that. So avoid that. Just gently roll the shoulder back and leave the shoulder here as you raise the arm up. So that way you're using the whole of your side body to lift your arm up. And so your whole mind is engaged in that. Inhale and gently roll over to the other side and just stay here breathing. Soft, gentle inhale and exhale. And gently drop the arm down. And if you feel like another, you want to do any one of these movements again, just to sort of feel your muscles open up, go ahead and use any of them. And if there's anything else that you think your body would need to feel a little more comfortable, you want to shift, you want to move, you want to do something different, just go ahead and do that. Remember to just keep your spine elevated and your hips fairly steady on the ground. Okay? And then come back into your seated position and let's look at breathing. A different kind of breath, which is called Kapalbhati or bellows breath, also it's called in English, or breath of fire. So if you have anybody seen bellows? When you're holding those, they basically help put a lot of air into the fire and make it stronger. So this breath is actually used to encourage you to have more, your body to have more digestive fire. It literally means that. So let's have this fire. It's a good idea to have more fire. So bringing your hands over onto your shins. That's how I'm doing it. But if you're on the chair, then you can just make sure that you're sort of evenly sitting on the chair. Inhale. And just place one hand over top of your stomach and the other hand can be on the shin. Inhale. Really expanding into the belly. And then start to exhale and you're pulling the abdomen in at the same time. So make that a very strong pull in So as you pull in the abdomen, you're exhaling a strong exhale. It takes some getting used to. So just do your breath, maybe 2 or 3. Ideally, what I like you to do is to do 12 breaths. So one inhale equals 12 exhales. Inhale, and I'll demonstrate it for you. So these are your 12 lines on your fingers, and then I want you to do this 3 times, and I'll continue to do it to demonstrate. Um, so big inhale, and one more time. I've exhaled using my mouth most of the time, but if you're comfortable using your nose, you can do that. So more advanced people can use their nose, and that's okay. If it's okay if you couldn't do it 3 times, you couldn't do it 12 times with one inhale, absolutely fine. Just this is what we want you to get at with your practice of this particular video. So it's just something to reach for you. Every time we do this, we will be toning up. You will be toning up your diaphragmatic muscles. So, what that means is it will keep your lungs and your spine in good condition. It'll help improve your digestive capability. If you have any kind of acidity or acid reflux, it will help lower or improve that as well for you. So that's Kapalbhati, that's breath number 2. Now coming up, breath number 3. Breath number 3 is an alternative nostril breathing technique. It helps unify the left and the right sides of the brain and actually balances your left and right side of the body as well. If you may have noticed, that some people, carry their body like this, or we tend to hold our head in a certain position, or it's easier for us to work with one side of the mind versus the other, and this breath actually shifts that um, lack of symmetry in a way, and it harmonizes both sides. So let's begin. Lifting up the right hand. Keep your gaze level. So you want to make sure your chin is level, your gaze is about 3 or 4 feet ahead of you. Raising up the right hand, press the right nostril inwards and inhale through the left. So inhaling through the left, and just noticing how you're inhaling. Really breathe, noticing how it's feeling for you. Hold it for a second and then close the left nostril and exhale through the right. After you've completed your exhale, inhale again through the right. Inhale, really filling up your lungs as best as you can, going slow if there are any obstructions in the nose, and exhale completely. And I'll demonstrate. I know it kind of covers up my face. Exhale. So we do about 5 or 6 of this breath, and if it makes you laugh, that's great. Just make sure you're being as gentle and kind to yourself as you're breathing in and out. Keep your eyes open, because sometimes when we close the eyes, it can get a little dizzy in the head, especially if you're not used to taking a lot of deep breaths during your day. And for beginners, that's usually what happens, that they just get a little bit dizzy sometimes because they're just not used to breathing to your full lungs capacity. So this is the last breath that we did today. And now I would like to guide you a little bit through following your breath. about a couple of minutes if you have time. Otherwise, you can stop the video at this time and go ahead. Otherwise, if you have a couple of minutes, close your eyes gently and just notice how you're breathing. And that's it. Just a couple of minutes of that. So your breath may have altered from the beginning of the video as you went through the various breathing exercises. It may have altered to be a little more consistent and even, which is what we want to help you with managing anxiety or any kind of stress. Thank you so much, and I look forward to hearing your feedback on Facebook or via email. And I just wanted to thank you for reaching out to me. Thank you. Bye now.